and what is going on inside of your world today. What can we do that's different? Well, today, obviously, we're going to do Qi Cups. So I know you've been looking forward to that. So we're going to start right after this.
Hard, long, liver, clean, kidney, G, kidney, jing. Hard, long, liver, clean, kidney, G, kidney, jing. Shake your hands, move your cheek. Shake your hands, show me what you're working with. Shake your hands, move your cheek. Shake your hands, show me what you're working with. Now drum the sky, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now drum the sky, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now shake up to the side, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now shake up to the side, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now shake 'em up, move your chi. Shake 'em up, show me what you're working with. Shake 'em up, move your chi. Shake 'em up, show me what you're working with. Now lean back. Now drum your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now drum your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now lean forward. Now drum your kidneys side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now drum your kidneys side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now thump your chest side to stump. Qi-Gong side to side. Now thymus thump side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now sacral pump side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now sacral pump side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now right hand jing.
Right hand jing.
Left hand chi.
Left hand chi.
Right hand shin.
Right hand shin.
Left hand chi.
Left hand chi.
Right hand jing.
Right hand jing.
Left hand chi.
Left hand chi.
Right hand shin.
Right hand shin.
Left hand chi.
Left hand chi.
Jing.
Jing.
Chi.
Shin.
Shin.
Chi.
Jing.
Jing. Chi. Shen. Chi. Jing. Chi. Shen. Chi. Jing. Chi. Shen. Chi.
Heart.
Heart.
Lung.
Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi.
Heart.
Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi.
Heart.
Heart. Lung. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Right kidney. Left kidney. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Right kidney. Left kidney. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Jing. Chi.
Lung.
Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Liver. Spleen. Liver. Right kidney. Left kidney. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Right kidney. Left kidney. Jing. Chi. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Kidney. Chi. Kidney. Jing. Heart. Lung. Liver. Spleen. Kidney. Chi. Kidney. Jing. Heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, kidney, 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 jing. Blue dragon, Qi-Gong. Okay. Now we're going to go into an explanation of why we do everything, okay? So when we shake the hands, we increase the suppleness of the blood vessels, which lowers blood pressure. And obviously, heart, lung, liver, spleen is the anatomy that we need to nourish with the qi coming from Lao Gong. So you're actually healing each internal organ as you do your body drumming. Now, when we get into qi cups, beginner, these are Chinese plastic teacups, and there's little glass beads inside to give it some weight. Now, when people start off, they start like this doing the Qi cups, but I really want you to start with the cup on your fingertips. So it's all about control. So some people have control, but a lot of people have shoulder glitches. And because they have shoulder glitches, they are unable to control the cup. So what we want to do is we want to start with a 1 pound ball, because the 1 pound ball, gives us enough weight. Now I don't know if you can zoom in the camera and see the swirls on the inside of this ball. This is amazing. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a meditation tool. And so we're going to be using these swirls, these balls. Yeah, we're going to be using these as our starting point. And then from the 1 pound balls, then we're going to graduate to the Qi cups, because it's all about control. And then we go to 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound, 5 pound. So gradually we're going to take it up. Now, these are joint rotation exercises. Number 1 surgery in the United States, knee surgery. Number 2 surgery, hip surgery. Number 3 surgery is shoulder surgery. So there's 160,000 shoulder replacement surgeries every year inside the United States. Now, when we do these exercises, we start with just the shoulder, and then we graduate into using the hips, and then we graduate into using the knees, because we're shifting the weight from side to side, and then we're doing the side bending. So the side bending is putting weight, hip, knee. So in this position, we're getting the shoulder, the hip, the knee, shoulder, hip, knee. So these exercises are rotational joint exercises to rehab your issues. Now, this is obviously for musculoskeletal issues, but they're also for neuroendocrine issues. So rather than go into the science, we're going to go right into the exercise, okay? So we start with so I want you to watch that carefully. That's 1/4, and now the elbow goes up, which then allows you to go forward, okay? So forward, side. Now you have to bend the elbow to get here, and then you have to take the elbow up to get there, okay? So now we're involving the elbow in order to go forward. Now the same thing when you go backwards, your elbow has to go out in order to go back. Out to the side, and now your elbow goes down, and then you go straight back and in. So elbow out, straight back, elbow up, elbow down. elbow up, elbow down, in order to go straight back. So straight back, out to the side, elbow up, straight back, and down. Good. Okay, so that's the explanation. That's the basic explanation, okay? And then, of course, they get progressively easier. And then we go all the way forward, all the way back, and then the elbow goes down, and then the elbow goes up in order to go straight forward. Now, a lot of people have a problem with the rotation of the wrist, but the wrist is the start of the problem. It's actually the shoulder that has to rotate. So what happens when you can't move your shoulder? That means you just have to do more of that exercise. And it might take you 3, 4, 5 months to rehab your own shoulder joint. So elbow up, elbow up, elbow down, elbow up. Okay? So some people only practice this when they're watching me, and it is my suggestion that you spend time practicing these exercises before you get to class. Just a suggestion. Okay? So now the next thing we want to understand is when we go backwards and you lift up, and then you want to keep the elbow straight. So the movement, okay, back, lift up, keep the elbow straight, and then you shift your weight, and then you're in this position, okay? Straight back, lift up. So I want you to practice that. Lift up, and then shift your weight. Lift up, shift your weight. Lift up, shift your weight. Okay? So all these things are very, very important. Now I want to tell you a little story about Master Li. During the Cultural Revolution, the Chinese government decided they didn't want to do the old ways, they wanted to do new ways. So anybody who was teaching the old way was beaten, was imprisoned, beaten and tortured, and my master was one of those hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that were imprisoned, beaten, and tortured. He told me that 80% of the people who were imprisoned with him died in prison. He was one of the lucky ones that survived prison. So how did he survive? He said he did Qi-Gong 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day doing Qi-Gong to recover from being beaten and tortured. Now, my little brain exploded at that moment, and I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. If anything that can keep me in survival from being beaten and tortured. I didn't realize at that moment that everyone in the world has trauma, and all the trauma is somaticized. That's a 50-cent word that means your body absorbs the trauma. Now, you don't have to be beaten or tortured or police brutality. It could be psychological trauma, it could be emotional trauma, it could be toxicity from the food that you choose to eat to help you deal with your trauma. So no matter what it is, you are dealing with something that's actually stored in the body. So our objective is to get rid of that trauma. That's our objective. And the only way to get rid of that trauma is to move it throughout the body, okay? So he was released. He came to the United States in 1979. I did not meet him until 1984, 5 years later. And he had already established himself in Chinatown, teaching Qi-Gong in a playground outside of his high-rise or Chinese government housing, Section 8 housing in Chinatown. So the point of me telling this story is that he was already in his late 70s when he started teaching me. So I'm over 70 and I'm teaching you. So I want you to understand that the 40 years that I've been doing this is exactly what you need. You can learn Qi-Gong from a book, not really. You can learn Qi-Gong from people who took one class and got a little certificate and said, oh, I learned Qi-Gong, I'm going to teach you. That's great. Learn whatever you can learn. But now's the time to internalize the Qi-Gong, and you have to sing it. So we speak it into existence. That's why we say heart, lung, liver, spleen. And then from the speaking of it, then you have to feel it, and then you have to dance it rhythmically. And then we do the drumming, the body drumming, to make sure that the percussion movement moves the energy throughout your body, okay? So now we're gonna do swing arms. So, up on your toes, chin down, bend your knees, chin up, rock back on your heels. Eighty, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. Okay, now we're going to go into Wu Chi posture. Your feet are directly underneath your hips. You're going to drop your shoulders, elongate your neck, Tuck your chin in. And now your palms are facing each other. You're going to sink your weight into your heels. And we're going to do 6 long, deep breaths. Grip the ground with your toes. Roll your ankles to the outside. Relax your hands. Relax your forearms. Relax your elbows. Relax your triceps. Relax your biceps. Relax your chest. Grip the ground with your toes. Roll your ankles to the outside. Push your pelvis all the way forward and then halfway back. Relax your thigh muscles. Relax your butt muscles. The only muscle that should be tight in your body is the calf muscle. Your eyes are half open. Okay. It's all about control.
Qi-Gong for me to be healthy. Qi-Gong for you to be healthy. Qi-Gong for me to be healthy. Qi-Gong for you to be healthy.
So when Master Li taught us this,
Qi-Gong for you to
we
be
did it with
healthy.
hot water.
Qi-Gong moving slow to the Qi to
And if you
flow,
spilled the water,
the rhythm of your breath. Qi-Gong for you to
it would
be
fall on
healthy,
you.
so
So that's
can
how
be
he
your
taught
best.
self-control.
Breathe in and out. Expand your chest, flowing free to relax and rest. Wake up early to celebrate your day, so you can feel good the Qi-Gong way. Breathe in, breathe out, move, meditate and pray. Qi-Gong is the healing way. Giving your heart a hug when you feel your lungs, so you can stay young with Qi-Gong. clearing your mind for walking meditation. Breathing God in.
Now we're going to do halves.
Inspiration. Divine is the energy you create. Expand the chi that you circulate. Balance your emotions to heal your heart. Pull your chi down from heaven to start. Connect your chi up from earth to heart. So when you breathe deep, you better sleep. Move your chi from hands to feet. Taoist masters taught me this song, so you could stay young with Qi-Gong. You can stay young with Qi-Gong. Expand the chi that you circulate, so you can stay young with Qi-Gong.
Okay, now we're going to go backwards.
Balance your emotions to heal your heart. Pull your chi down from heaven to start. So when you're deep, Taoist masters taught me this song, so you could stay young with Qi-Gong. So you could stay young with Qi-Gong. Qi-Gong for me to be healthy.
Now we're going to go backwards.
You to be healthy.
You're going to pump your knees.
Qi-Gong for me to
And
be
now
healthy.
over the face.
Qi-Gong
Straight
for
back.
you to be healthy.
Out to the side. And then back to the waist. So bend your knees, elbows out,
Qi-Gong
straight
for you
back,
to be
out to the
healthy.
side, knee pump.
Qi-Gong moving slow for the chi to flow with the rhythm of your breath. Qi-Gong for you to be healthy, so you can be your best. Breathe in and out, expand your chest, flowing free to relax and rest. Wake up early to celebrate your day, so you can feel good the Qi-Gong way.
Now we're going to go all the way forward. You're going to lean all the way back. You're going to come over the head. Bend your knees.
Breathe in, breathe out, move, meditate and pray. Qi-Gong is the healing way. Giving your hug when you feel your lungs, so you can stay young with Qi-Gong. clearing your mind for walking meditation. Breathing God in is your inspiration. Divine is the energy you create. Expand the chi you circulate. Balance your emotions to heal your heart. Pull your chi down from heaven to start. Connect your chi up from earth to heart. So when you breathe deep, you get better sleep. Move your chi. Read this song so you can stay young with Qi-Gong. You can stay young with Qi-Gong. Expand the chi that you circulate so you can stay young with Qi-Gong.
Now lean back, go under the chin.
Balance your emotions to heal your heart. Pull your chi down.
Lean back, go under the chin.
So when you breathe deep, Taoist masters taught me this song so you could stay young with Qi-Gong. So you could stay young with Qi-Gong.
So this last one, the entire body is involved in the exercise because you're shifting your weight, you're leaning backwards, you're leaning to the side, and you're leaning forwards. Okay? Now I'm going to switch the balls right now. Lean back, under the chin. Lean back, go underneath the chin. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to the ball in this hand. Right back. So your eyes are going to be concentrated on this ball, not the front ball. And now you're going to rotate, and now you're going to go over the head. You're going to exchange, but you're going to keep your eye on this ball back here. But this wrist has to be like this. And then you're going to rotate. You're going to bend your knees. Change the ball. Keep your eyes on that ball. Rotate. And then keep your eye on that ball. Rotate. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to the ball in this hand. And this elbow is going to go straight back. Okay, and keep your eye on that ball. Now, ladies, if you want to keep your physique in your 60s and 70s, if you want to keep your bust tight, if you don't want to get any saggy baggy in the side of your chest, this is the exercise that you must do. And of course, guys, you have man boobs or are afraid of getting man boobs, this is the exercise that you've got to do. People ask me all the time, what's the benefit of that exercise? Master Lee would look at me like I was a bug on the wall. Okay, so now lift up, shift your weight.
From the sun comes life. From the earth comes joy. To accomplish something, you have to start. So put it into practice and take it to heart. Everything you do, everything you say, everything that comes to you, do it with love. Say it with love. Accept it with love. And your life will be forever fulfilled.
Okay, now we're going to go under.
So, live in love. Live in love.
Out to the side, lift up, behind you. So again, this is a whole body exercise. We're using every muscle in the body because your eyes are on the ball. And now your neck is involved, your chest, your arms, your waist, your legs. Every muscle in your body is involved. This is how you rehab your back pain. This is how you rehab your shoulder pain. This is how you rehab your chest pain, which is called hypochondriac. It's really funny. I heard an astrophysicist on a TED Talk, and he spent 8 years of his life as a practicing astrophysicist. And he said the human body was way more complex than astrophysics. So he has now devoted the last 15 years of his life to studying the human body. So he came up with 3 things that crystallize everything that he learned. Number 1 was the breath. That's what we call Qi. Number 2 was the heart. And number 3 was the brain that we call the Shen field. Said our emotions restrict blood flow or increase blood flow. And he said, in medicine, emotions are the least understood aspects of health. And I'm like, yeah, well, the Chinese figured that out 3,000 years ago. You're late to the party. Okay, now, I want you to now, if you're holding Qi cups instead of Qi balls, okay? So your both palms are up. Your cups are like this. You turn. So both palms up, cups, turn, both palms are up. Turn. Both palms are up. In this one, there's no wrist turning. Okay. It's time for Katniss to lead the cool down. Okay. I forgot to tell you, your feet should be wider than your shoulders. That's your stance. Okay, now we're going to bend this knee and we're going to lean, and this shoulder is going to go that way. So we're going this way, the shoulder's going that way. So we're going to bounce, 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 bounce. So I'm doing this slowly, okay, so that you'll pick it up. So I really think you need to re-watch this so you can get it. Now we're gonna go back and forth. So you're gonna put your hands on your hips. That's it. Now you can drop it so your shoulders are rotating. Now, knees go back and forth. This is all about the rehab. There's no perfection in Qi-Gong. You can do it better, but you can't do it wrong. As long as you're moving, you can't do it wrong. Okay, now, knees in, knees out. Knees in, knees out. Knees in, knees out. Okay, now we're going to get the empty foot. Empty foot. This is for balance and coordination. Switch legs. Now we're going to go heavy foot. So all the weight and then come back. All the weight, come back. All the weight, come back. Heavy foot. Heavy foot. Heavy foot. Okay, now we're going to pick up our your cups or your balls. Okay. Out to the side. Touch. Separate. Bend the knees. Touch. Turn. Stand up. Touch. Turn. Separate. Bend the knees. Touch. Turn. Stand up. Touch. Turn. Separate. Bend the knees, touch, turn, stand up, touch, turn. Okay, stop. And now we're going to change direction. Okay, now we're going to try something fancy. Back, forward, touch, turn. Back, forward, down, up, forward, back. Yeah. How's that? You're kidding. You skipped a song.
Your life will never be the same. Qi-Gong is what I need so that I can. Qi-Gong is me. Go, my life is fast. Qi-Gong makes me flow so that I can last. Give healing energy a chance. Express Qi-Gong through your
dance.
Put your hands on your hips. Put your hands on your hips, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Qi-Gong. Now hula to the left, side to side. Hula to the left, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now hula to the right, side to side. Hula to the right, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side.
Now lift your knee and drum your bum. Lift your knee and drum your bum. Lift your knee and drum your bum. Now roller skate. Qi-Gong, now roller skate. Qi-Gong, now roller skate. Qi-Gong, now roller skate. Now lift your knee and drum your bum. Lift your knee and drum your bum. Now backward skate. Qi-Gong, now backward skate. Qi-Gong, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now Harlem shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Qi-Gong, shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Qi-Gong, now Harlem shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Qi-Gong, now Harlem shake it to the rear. Harlem shake it to the rear. Qi-Gong, now Harlem shake it to the rear. Harlem shake it to the rear. Qi-Gong, now to the sides. And bounce now arms to the sides. And bounce now arms to the sides. And bounce now arms to the sides. Now bounce now fly into the sky.
Qi-Gong, now
fly into the sky.
Qi-Gong, now
Fly into the sky. Now open your heart side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now open your heart side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now open your heart side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now open your heart. Keep your elbows straight. Qi-Gong side to side. Now lift your lungs side to side.
Qi-Gong side to side.
Now lift your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now lift your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now loosen your liver. Step back and turn. Step in, step back and turn. Step back and turn. Now loosen your liver side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now loosen your liver side to side. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now rub your belly.
Rub your belly.
Qi-Gong side to side. Now rub your belly.
Side, Qi-Gong, side to side. Rub your belly, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Rub your belly, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Bend from the waist. Ball of Qi in your hands. Now clean your kidneys, side to side. Clean your kidneys, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side.
Bend from the waist, side to side. Ball of Qi in your hands.
Clean your kidneys, side to side. Clean your kidneys, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Now clean your spine.
You've been warned, you've been told.
Don't get sick, don't get old.
When you get no sleep,
and do not breathe. It robs you of your inner Qi.
Find your joy,
find your peace. Qi-Gong, 7 days a week. Put Qi-Gong in your game. Now clear your mind.
And your life will never be the same.
You want to make a change in your life. You got to give up the vice. Give up the coffee, the smoke, the soda, and give up the Coke.
We gotta
change the way we eat,
the way we sleep,
and the way we treat each other. Qi-Gong.
Qi-Gong. Make a better life.
Make a better life for yourself. Okay. There is a war. There's a war against. There's a psychological war, economic war, political war. You name it. There's a nutritional war, there's a medical war, all against you. What can you do? You can make yourself as healthy as possible. That's the only preventive action you can take. You cannot stop the assault, but you can stop the insult that you do to yourself every day. Number 1 is sleep. Number 2 is emotional balance. Number 3 is Qi-Gong exercise. Number 4 is divine foods. And number 5 is a spiritual practice. So, in that order. So even though my focal point is Qi-Gong, you gotta have a sleep ritual and you have to have an emotional balance therapy before you can master the Qi-Gong exercise. And then you have to learn how to detoxify and purify and nourish yourself with divine food because you are a divine being. And the spiritual practice is to reconnect you to your divinity, which you've lost due to cultural, social conditioning, and Abrahamic religions. So, choice is yours. Today is Mother Ocean, Brother Earth, thank you for your gift. Today is Tuesday, it's Mars Day, Lord of forgiveness. May the Qi that we open our hearts and minds to forgive as we forgive others. Repeat after me, Qi. May the Qi flow through me from heaven to earth and back into me so that I may see the true nature of my reality. Thank you. So, you already know, the only way we're getting out of this is prevention. For the Blue Dragon Qi-Gong Academy, I salute. May the Force be with you. This is the way. I've been binge watching The Mandalorian. I suggest you do the same.